Up next in this edition of The Update.
You join Edwards, Nellis, Tyndall, and Langley as a Raptor base.
To have brand new Raptors on the ramp in Alaska, it's a pretty exciting time for us.
We learned a lot about how the F-22 would integrate into the big fight.
But like all superstars on a team, the superstar makes everybody better. The Raptor just does that.
The F22 Raptor is the first fifth-generation fighter to become operational. It's lethal, fast, and stealthy. But for tanker operators trying to refuel the Raptor at night, it may be a little too stealthy. Lights are being added to the Raptor to aid in night refueling, and that work is being done at Hill Air Force Base and the Ogden Air Logistics Center in Utah. The center does depot-level maintenance and modifications on a number of different types of aircraft, from the F-16 and A-10 to the C-130.
It's the first time we've brought a major weapon system into the Ogden Air Logistics Center in a number of decades. So this is truly a great event for us.
On May 12th, Hill leadership, center employees, and Utah government leaders got together to celebrate the completion of the first modification job for the Raptor. The airplane was the first of 18 slated for modification at Ogden. And although it may not seem like a lot, it opens future doors for the center.
We'll start doing some structural modifications early in '07, and then my guess is there'll be ongoing modifications with this airplane, just like there have been with the F-16 over the years. So we see a continuing involvement in this airframe over the next, 15, 20 years. We'd like to think the benefit to the program is they get to leverage 50 years of depot maintenance expertise that we have out here.
The center's work on the Raptor also brings a special distinction to Hill Air Force Base.
And with the completion of that modification, you join Edwards, Nellis, Tyndall, and Langley as a Raptor base.
There is a more tangible benefit, not only for the base, but also for the surrounding Ogden community.
There's a huge economic impact to the local community, and it also allows us to improve our capabilities since we're working advanced technology issues on the F-22, because the F-22 is a great leap in technology.
And this should answer fairly definitively where the future of Hill Air Force Base lies, and that's in the new generation of fighters represented by the F-22. And so it says that we are secure as an Air Force base, which means the economy in this region of the state is secure as well.
Alaska has been called the last frontier. With a land area about 1/5 the size of the continental United States and only about 680,000 residents, there is a vast amount of land unspoiled by civilization and an equally vast amount of open airspace.
The overland supersonic instrumented and air-to-ground and air-to-air ranges, both overland and over water up here, are phenomenal.
That makes the perfect backdrop for the latest deployment of F-22s from the 1st Fighter Squadron at Langley Air Force Base, Virginia. The 27th Fighter Squadron took part in Operation Northern Edge, a multi-service exercise from June 5th through the 16th. Because the runway at Langley closed for repairs in late May, the 27th took the opportunity to head for Elmendorf Air Force Base a little early. For 2 weeks, the Raptors worked with other Air Force aircraft like the F-15, as well as Navy, Army, and Coast Guard assets in one of the largest exercises of its kind. Many times, the Raptors found themselves outnumbered almost 20-1, but amassed an impressive kill ratio.
So at any given time, we had 8 F-15s and either 2 or 3 Raptors, sometimes 4, and sometimes the sea models would go down to just 2 ships. And we faced on the other side 40-plus adversaries, and it was to amass that kind of kill ratio was pretty amazing.
The sorties that Northern Edge produced every day, we can't get that level of training back at Langley Air Force Base when we're working with Oceana and the Navy in that area on this type of level. So the exercise was outstanding. For me personally, the F-22, this was the best training I've had thus far flying the jet.
The Raptor was amazing throughout the exercise. I was always amazed by how much situational awareness we had with all the players on the blue side and on the red side. We're keeping track of everybody being able to operate in and amongst all the other Air Force aircraft and Navy aircraft.
Rolling into the exercise, I had 2 rides after my mission cert, which means I was a mission qualified pilot for 2 sorties prior to that. And my 3rd sortie was flying in the exercise, and I had no problems flying and operating in the F-22. It's an awesome airplane.
The visit to Elmendorf was also a good dress rehearsal for when the base begins getting its own Raptors in 2007.
Well, having a trial run is always a good thing, and the ability to spend a month up here, a couple weeks of it being Northern Edge, integrating with the 3rd Wing is every bit as important probably as integrating with the other airplanes that we would go into combat with.
If you look at where the Raptors are today at Edwards, Tyndall, Nellis, and Langley, the environment in Alaska is pretty significantly different. So we're trying to lead turn, get as much knowledge as we can to get ready to bring that airplane up here and be able to operate at the level and take care of it and maintain its capabilities.
The lessons learned at Elmendorf in June will benefit more than just the base or even the Raptor community.
Those kind of lessons we're going to be able to build upon in the future. We're going to take those back. We're going to transmit them to other combatant commanders. We're going to educate the Air Force a little bit better. We're going to educate ourselves a little bit better. And we're going to be that much more prepared if something bad happens in the future to be a decisive force.
The integration of this 5th generation technology with our legacy forces created a much more lethal and survivable force than we have ever seen before. The F-22 sensors and integrated avionics created so much battle space awareness that we were able to share this critical information with other platforms, which actually increased their lethality and increased their survivability.
And soon, Elmendorf will begin receiving its own Raptors. At a ceremony in Marietta on August 3rd, Raptor 4087, the first Elmendorf jet, had its AK designator revealed for the first time. Elmendorf's 90th Fighter Squadron will be the first Pacific Air Forces squadron to receive the Raptor.
As you well know, we're going to have 2 squadrons in Alaska, so 36 of the Raptors will in fact find their way home up there. And another 18, probably just after the turn of the next decade, will find their way to Hickam. Can you imagine the lieutenant who is in fact just about to graduate from college or the academy or go through OTS, who'll go off to pilot training, spend some time there, pick up the phone and call home to his parents and say, well, I got my assignment today. It's going to be a tough one. I've got to go fly Raptors, and I've got to go to Hawaii.
Lieutenant Colonel Michael Shower, one of the original 10 Raptor pilots, will be the commander of the 90th Fighter Squadron.
My first assignment was in F-15s in Alaska as a lieutenant, and to go home like this 15 years later is something I never could have dreamed of.
The 90th will accept its first Raptor early in 2007, and after training and orientation at Langley Air Force Base, pilots and maintainers will begin operating the Raptor at Elmendorf sometime next fall.